Last night on Monday Night Raw, John Cena revealed that he would be cashing in his Money in the Bank contract on the 100th episode of Raw, rather than taking advantage of a broken down centimeter punk. In my prediction for the Money in the Bank PPV, I said that Cena would win the Money in the Bank ladder match so that he could become WWE champion on the 1000th episode of Raw. This would not only be iconic, but it would also set up a feud with the People's Champion, The Rock. This is the reason for John Cena to become a champion sooner rather than later. There are several predictions on Bleacher Report that suggest several different things regarding Cena, The Rock, and the coveted WWE Championship. However, I believe there are only three options when it comes to the poster boy of the WWE regarding future storyline branches. The first thing I would like to look into is a possible SummerSlam match between The Rock and John Cena. I think this will happen with 4 weeks to go from the 1000th episode of Raw, but it won't be for the WWE Championship. The Rock has already tweeted his intentions to be the WWE champion once again. So if John Cena cashes in his contract at the 1000th show and wins the championship for an unprecedented 11th time, the match will right itself. This would make it a lot more prestigious and exciting as they battle for the championship. This would make the 25th anniversary of SummerSlam absolutely massive, as they would be the main event alongside Triple H and Brock Lesnar. The only problem with this scenario is the fact that the three superstars who are not even full-time would be in the main event at SummerSlam. There is no doubt, though, that this storyline makes sense and it does not need more than 4 weeks in order to be built up, which is what will happen. It just requires Cena to be the WWE champion. The second reason Cena may become WWE champion sooner rather than later is to set up yet another sequel Cena versus Punk. This would mean that Cena and Punk would appear in consecutive main event SummerSlam events. This would give a sense of continuity to the product and also shows that the PG era can work with the talent that we have at the moment. However, Cena would not necessarily have to gain the championship at the 1000th episode of Raw. In fact, he could be the first person to ever lose the cash in attempt. This would be beneficial for a number of reasons. It would silence the IWC. We see Cena as a Superman-like figure who never loses cleansing. It would also solidify Punk as a major player and one of the greatest WWE champions of all time, having held the belt for over 250 days. Cena flashed Punk's anyone. He could then become the WWE champion at SummerSlam or at the PPV later. I think this is, without a doubt, the best way to utilize the current situation of the superstars in the WWE. Nevertheless, there is another way that Cena could capture the title early. The third scenario could, in fact, utilize both of those I have previously mentioned, but it would ultimately result in a WrestleMania match between The Rock and John Cena. John Cena could cash in at Raw 1000 and just simply hold onto the belt until WrestleMania and his rematch with The Rock. This is admittedly the least likely scenario, as it would be detrimental to centimeters of Cena and the product as a whole, as it would show a total lack of direction. These storylines also depend greatly on which opponent the Undertaker will choose when it comes to 21st WrestleMania match. If he chooses The Rock or John Cena, it could completely scupper any plans that they had for a WWE Championship match between the two at WrestleMania, unless they had the match at SummerSlam. Even then, it would derail potential plans for a trilogy of matches between the two superstars. In conclusion, the reason for John Cena to become a champion sooner rather than later is quite simply The Rock. The Rock is still very much a big part of the WWE, despite not having been seen since WrestleMania.